coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts. Hey man, shout out everybody out there on 200 pound, man. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the support. We out here, man. We pushing this P, man. 24/7, 365, going into 2026. Let's go, let's get it. Supporting is important, man. Big love to all my subscribers. Big love to all my members. Big love to all my membership gifters. I appreciate each and every one of y'all, man. Let's go, let's get it. We on the road to 150K. We trying to get there so we can have this big meet and greet, so we can all fellowship, we can all talk, we can eat good, laugh, enjoy ourselves, man, and have a celebration of what we built and what we are building. Let's go, let's get it. TBP Nation, stand up, salute, out. Man, this was on my mind this morning, so I said I was going to talk about this morning because I had a conversation recently. Listen, debt in prison. Debt in prison is a very, very, very real thing, a very, very serious thing. Now, to my knowledge, off the top of my head, there's only 4 ways to get out of debt in prison. Only 4 ways to get out of debt in prison, and they all begin with the letter F. They all begin with the letter F. You dig? And just off the top of my head, thinking about how dudes can get out of debt in prison, man. And I've seen all 4 of them. I've seen all 4 of them multiple times. Now we're gonna start with one, and that is if they flee. You know, if they flee the coop, man, fly the coop. You dig? If they check in. You know what I'm saying? You can get out of debt like that by checking in, but you really not going to escape the debt because you checking in, and that's going to be a part of your resume. That's going to be a part of your history. Wherever you go, that's going to follow you. So you have really created a greater debt because the person that you owe is still going to be after you, and you locked up. You never know if you run into him again unless he put you on the enemy list. You did. But he gonna have friends at other institutions. That word gonna travel. Oh, where he came, he was in PC. Why he got a PC? Oh, he owes such some money and he checked in. You understand me? So that really don't save you, but that's a route that a lot of dudes take. You know what I'm saying? The heat come down, man. They owe this money. They owe this debt. They can't pay it. They get desperado. They don't really want that action. They don't want that work. They ain't trying to do nothing else. They might compromise them to take care of the debt. They can't come up with it. They flee. They check in. And I'm going to tell you something. I done seen some of the best of them. Some of them the ones that shock you, that in your mind you saying, oh, no, he ain't going to check in. He'll never check in. They gone. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times they flee in the middle of the night. You wake up, they gone. Hey, man, what's up? You wake up, I'm talking about 2, 3, 4 in the morning. They gone. By the time you wake up for breakfast, man, cell empty. You know what I'm saying? The cell empty, man. But, you know, that's to each his own. I mean, you know, dudes, self-preservation is the first law of nature, man. Dudes feel like he got to preserve his life or preserve his health and don't want to get hurt. That's what he might do. If he with the ish and he with the smoke, he might stay out there and deal with the situation. You know what I'm saying? But that's one of the F's right there is if you flee. Now, you can go the opposite route and you can fight. That's the another F. You can fight. You can rumble. You can go to war. You know what I'm saying? And the rule in the penitentiary is if we fight the dead, dead. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's no way in the world you can fight somebody or somebody owe you and you fight them and then they turn around and gonna go ahead on to pay you. You done already put hands on them and they done put hands on you or whatever the case may be. But a lot of dudes ain't gonna choose that route because, you know, when you get into that, anything can happen. And it ain't no fair fighting in prison. So if you gonna fight, it might be with them things. He might don't want to fight. He might just want to do damage. He might just want to punish you. He might just want to get rid of you for playing with him with that money. Money in the penitentiary, man, is hard money, man. They call that blood money, man. God may kill me money. You can't play with that money in the penitentiary, bro. It's too important. It's too important. And dudes go through too many layers to get to some money. If they getting his sack in, they risking, you know what I'm saying, catching a case, a street case, getting more time. If they got their people bringing it in, they risking their people freedom. If they got the roller, the police bringing it in, the police risking his job. It's just too much, man. And dudes be hungry. Dudes got to eat. Dudes got to send money home. Dudes trying to help their people out, their girl, their kids. And you play with that money, man, it's going to get super duper real. Dudes going to be on your top. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of dudes know that, and they ain't trying to, you know what I'm saying, fight. But then I know y'all asking the question, well, why would you get in debt? It just be like that. A lot of times dudes get in debt because they own them drugs. They own them drugs, man, and they ain't got the money to get high, so they sell a dream, hoping that some money gonna come in, hoping that they can hit a lick, hoping that they, you know what I'm saying? Man, it's all types of flammery be going on when it comes to trying to get that money and trying to pay debts and stuff like that. So dudes on that high, them the ones you gotta watch. They'll take a chance. You know what I'm saying? And then, like I say, some of them, they'll log in. They'll get the money, and then they can't pay it. And then I say, look, man, we can rumble, man. They ain't paying. You know what I'm saying? I told y'all about the last situation I seen like that before I left prison was with the dude Law, man. Outlaw, he owed the money, and he couldn't pay it. But he owed the money for getting high. He couldn't pay it, though. He knew he couldn't pay it when he got the drugs. He knew it. But he thought Youngin was going to have some sympathy on him because, you know what I'm saying, he'd been in the penitentiary a little while, and he thought, dudes think they got the greatest con in the world. They think they got the greatest mouthpiece ever made. You know what I'm saying? They think a lawyer ain't got nothing on them. They think they can talk, man, listen, man, this went bad, shorty, but I'm going to take care of that. That's my word. I'm telling you, man, I got this coming in. If I had to pay you in installments, when they hit that with you, when they hit you with that, they're trying to give you they trying to think for you, hit you with installments. I give it to you piece by piece. No, you supposed to give it to me all. First of all, see, that's fast talking, double talking. That's the con in them. That's the slickness. So they think they can get over when they look at a young dude. But some of them young dudes is coming in the penitentiary now. Some of them young dudes is in the penitentiary that's on them, this in them gangs. They ain't going for none of that. They ain't trying to hurt none of that. They ain't trying to let you fast talk them. They ain't trying to let you, they on your top. And old boy Q was on his top. And told him straight up, look, you don't got that money, man. By you know what I'm saying, by the time count clear, man, you know what it is, man. I got to see. And he ain't had, but he ain't check in. He took the whooping. You know what I'm saying? Dude definitely went up in there and put hands, feet, and knees and elbows on him. He come up out there, don't. I mean, you know I deserve it. You know what I'm saying? I was wrong. Man, ain't no way in the world. Ain't no way in the world, right or wrong. I'm not going for that. You know what I'm saying? If I'm wrong, I'm not going for you, whooping me like I'm a kid. But those are rules. You know what I'm saying? You don't pay, you might get slayed. You know what I'm saying? It's pay or slay. So he ain't choose the flee. He ain't choose to leave. So he chose to fight. But the debt is dead. Now he ain't gotta pay it. So to some dudes, I guess to the degree, if you a dope fiend or you like to get high, to a degree of whooping for a high in the penitentiary, they'll trade it all. I know it sounds crazy. They'll trade it off. They'll walk around with you know what I'm saying, a busted lip, man, a black eye, you know what I'm saying, knots in their head, real sore. You dig? They'll do that just to get high, man. So I can't understand that. I can't relate to that because I ain't never got high, but I assume and I just go by what I know that it got to be a very, very powerful thing, man, because I done seen dudes do the most outrageous things that you could possibly think of, you know what I'm saying, just to get high, man. You know what I'm saying? Just to get high. And I done seen the dudes do that and flee too. They done got these drugs and promise you, because a lot of times, money on the wood, you know what I'm saying, make the transaction good. But a lot of times in the penitentiary, you can't go with money on the wood because we only can get money at a certain time, and ain't nobody got cash money on hand. And a lot of times dudes ain't got the commissary or the product to give you to pay for what they want up front. So you have to take a man for his word. But in the penitentiary, your word is law. So when you put your word on it, it's just like putting your life on it. In the penitentiary, your word is your life. You put your word on it, you putting your life on it. So dudes gonna take you for your word. Look, I'm gonna head at that commissary, man. Are you sure? Man, I got that. You know what I'm saying? And they'll do that. You know, and then they get all this from you. And then next thing you know, right before store, it might be 3-4 days before store. Right before store, they check in. On store day, they check in. You know what I'm saying? So they flee. And then you got them ones on store day, or they right before store day, they might come to you and say, look, man, I ain't gonna have that tomorrow, man. I mean, what we gonna do? What you mean you ain't gonna have it? What you mean? Well, you gotta have it. Well, I'm letting you know I'm not gonna have it. And they get it in. You know what I'm saying? They get it in. They win some, they lose some. Then you got dudes that ain't going for nothing. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got it. He ain't trying to fight you. He trying to, you want to play with me, play with my money. And he'll sacrifice everything and go to the hole, get transferred, go through the hole, what you got to go through, because it ain't nobody getting away scot-free in the penitentiary. Even if you had to put that thing in something, you going to pay for it. Even if you had to hurt, you going to pay for it too. So you got to make sure they punish worse than you. You got to make sure they feel it worse than you. You got to make sure they going through more than what you getting ready to go through, because you getting ready to go through something too. You dig? So it's crazy in there, man. All of these things is going down on a daily basis, man. You know, on a daily basis, man. So what we got? We got the flee, you got the fight, then you got the flee, you got the fight, and then you got, you know what I'm saying, you got the finances. You got to come up with the finances and pay it. You can pay it. You know what I'm saying? You got to get the money. You can get the money and pay it. You know what I'm saying? Now, what comes along with that is when you owe this dude and you know he getting ready to get down on you, know he not accepting not getting paid on the day that he's supposed to get paid. So what dude do, they'll transfer that. If they ain't got no money, they ain't got no way to come in, they'll go to another person and borrow the money. That's the old saying, like, yo, borrow from Peter to pay Paul. You know what I'm saying? They'll go get in another debt with somebody that they may deem a little bit more lenient, or deem gonna give them a little bit more leeway, or deem that it's less violent. And I promise you, I'm gonna pay you, man. I'm just trying to take care of this because I ain't trying to beef. I'm trying to stay out here, man. I got things going on. I got this coming in. I got you, woo. And they'll borrow this money from Peter to pay Paul, because Paul is trying to poke some holes in you. Paul is trying to get that wreck. Paul is trying to take your top off. You see what I'm saying? So they'll do that. So they'll get financed and pay the money. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's how it go. You can flee, you can fight, or you can get financed. You can pay it. You know what I'm saying? Because you owe it. You know what I'm saying? And that's not paid in the penitentiary, man. Only leads to violence. It's gonna lead to violence, man, one way or another. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta pay. It ain't like the streets dudes run around here and be owing you money forever and just duck you and go here, go there. Don't answer your phone call. Don't act like they don't see your messages. They can duck you. You cannot duck nobody in the penitentiary, man. We all in the same space. We all breathing the same air. We all in the same conditions. They gonna run into you. If you not in a building, they can make it their business to run into you. You dig? If you own the compound with them, they can find a way to get to you, bro. It's just that simple. So you gotta pay your debts in the penitentiary one way or another. Fight, flee, you know what I'm saying? Finance it, you gotta pay it. You know what I'm saying? If you dealing with somebody that's on that type of time, you got some dudes that let it slide. You do. You got them that let it slide. But them dudes, you gonna rarely be in debt to them because they not giving out nothing, because they know they not gonna do nothing if you don't pay them. And once the people know you're not gonna do nothing if they don't pay you, everybody gonna want to get something from you. Like I said, a dude that got a store box, it's already understood. The bar is understood that if you don't pay, it's gonna be some type of drama. The level of drama is different depending on who you buying from. But man, I can't even tell you how many dudes open up store box and found out it's real. Because there's a lot of dudes can look at something and say, oh man, they're making money, man. They bring the commissary this joint every week. Let me open me up a store box. I got some money. you ain't willing to do what it take to keep it, it's not gonna work. Man, everybody will come borrow from you. And when I tell you everybody, I mean everybody. People come borrow from you that don't need it because they know it's just like free money. I ain't got to pay it back. Man, I know dudes open up store boxes on the first store they supposed to get paid. The store boxes shut down. Nobody pay them. Nobody. You know what I'm saying? Because they know you not going to do nothing. So everything that look good ain't good. If you got to be willing to be making a whole lot of money, you know what I'm saying, and willing to go to jail for a item. I know it don't make sense, but this is penitentiary. The penitentiary don't make sense. You could be a store box man that generate $11 to $1,500, $1,600 a store, and you got to be willing to hurt somebody who don't pay you $2, and then you going to jail, and then all your stuff getting packed up, and then you gonna have to relocate, and then you gonna have to reset and restart. You got to be willing to do that. Them the only store boxes that they take serious. Them the only ones that dudes ain't gonna really play with your money because they know how you coming. You got to run that junk with an iron fist. If not, man, the game's gonna start with one dude, then the next dude, then it's gonna be like a snowball, then it's big. Then you got 6, 7 dudes that's late on paying you, and every one of them got 6 or 7 different excuses. No, pay me or pay St. Peter, man. That's the way you got to do it, point blank. And they got to know. And that ain't no way they're going to know unless you actually do it first. So you got to actually do it first, and it's going to be out there. Oh, man, he punished dude. What's his name? He just got in this block. He was up there and said, how you get in here? Man, dude owed him some money for the stove box. Man, he punished him, man. He went to jail, been in jail for 4 months. Well, how much did dude owe him? $6. $6? What? $6. You see what I'm saying? Once they know that, they'll even think twice before coming to your store box and asking for something that they don't have, that they ain't got. Now, you got some dudes that you got to have some type of reason to understand for, and they come with reason to understand and say, look, man, let me borrow this, man, but I ain't going to have this store, but I had next store. Guaranteed. If you want to put something extra on it, boom. But they done let you know. So now this is your expectations. The day that they tell you they're going to pay you, if you can deal with that, then you give it to them. If you can swing it that long, you give it to them. That's how you create clientele. But the thing is, you got to say, man, you're going to stand on your word and you're going to fall on your word. Whatever you say, that's what we going by. Now, this store go by, next store will come, and you got an excuse. Ain't no excuses to be heard, bro. There's none. You did? Now, so we got the flight, the fight, and the finance. Pay the fee. And you know the worst one. Yes, you do. Because they got dudes in there like that. It's flight, fight, fee, and F. Yeah, that one. That one. The good old funky road. They gonna want, you got dudes that's gonna take that for compensation. They gonna say, man, you don't owe me, man. You know what it is, man. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Blood on my knife or poop on my penis. They coming like that. And they mean that. They mean that it's dudes in there. You got some dudes that ain't, I don't know. I can't say they ain't into it because if they do it, they're into it. But you got some dudes that just want to do it just to humiliate a dude that show that this is how low you will stoop to get high. You know what I'm saying? You willing to do that. You know, and dudes in there, and then you got dudes in there, that's what they want. They want you not to be able to pay their bills because that's how they coming. They gonna say, man, you know, bend that thing over, or either, you know what I'm saying, get my money. You know what I'm saying? Or get gone, either or get your knife. You know what I'm saying? But they prefer that. They want that. They want the booty. They consider that when they giving this dude some money. They consider that. They looking at them. When you go dealing with them freak bammers that's on that and you born from them, in their mind, they already thinking that if you can't pay, you trying to play. They already thinking that. They quick to give you the money. You know what I'm saying? Because they know, oh, what he coming to me for? Okay. They get happy. They get happy. So you literally, you know, like I say, it's flight, fight, finance, or F. The 4 F's. Them the only way you taking care of debts in the penitentiary. It ain't no other way. It ain't no other way, man. You gonna have to do one of them. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have to get busy, get gone, get the money, or get effed. You understand me? Get busy, get gone, get the money, or get effed. That's how it is. Ain't no other way. This is the way of the penitentiary. These are the rules. They make them. They was already there before I got there. Them the rules. You know what I'm saying? So dudes going to penitentiary and you talking about getting into debt and you think you going to swindle your way out of it, talk your way out of it, all of that, it ain't going to work, player. You going to have to deal with one of those. I guarantee you, going to have to deal with one of them. One of them. It ain't no other way. You ain't going to be able to talk your way out of it. You know what I'm saying? You fight your way out of it, but you might, end up getting, you know what I'm saying? You might end up getting brutalized. You might end up getting murderized. You know what I'm saying? You might end up getting paralyzed. So you can take them chances for some money. You know what I'm saying? Or you can go get the money because you owe the money. Beg, borrow, steal it. The person who you owe don't care how you get it. If you go borrow it or take it from somebody else and somebody else on your top, they don't care. I wouldn't care. When you owe me, I don't care where you get it from. As long as you give it to me. I don't care where you get it from. Man, dude's so scared, man. He done stole dude's stuff. I just said to pay you, man. Now somebody gonna kill him. And that ain't my problem. That is not my problem. You know what I'm saying? That is not my problem. Because you came and got my stuff. See what I'm saying? So, and then you got the dudes that, like I say, they own that. That's what they own. And they'll take that for compensation. They'll take the loss or whatever they gave you. Because when they gave it to you, that's probably what was on their mind from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Looking at you like, please don't pay. Please. You know what I'm saying? You got them like that. Real talk. You got dudes like that so much. They'll see you in debt and see you walking around trying to get money with that desperation on your face, like you might be getting ready to check in because you don't want this smoke and you can't come up with this money, and they'll come and ask you, man, what you need, y'all? What you need, man? I'm going to work with you. What you need? You better not take it. You better not take it. He going to work with you, all right? You better not take it. You understand? So, them the only ways that I know of, man. You know what I'm saying, off the top of my dome, man, how you gonna get out of debt in prison. So the moral of the story is, do not get in debt in prison. Do not get in debt in life, but definitely do not get in debt in prison, bro, because it's gonna cost you more than you willing to pay. Do not get in debt in prison, man, because that's how it goes down. You got 4 ways, all beginning with F, how you gonna be able to clear that debt. And I don't see no other way around it. You know what I'm saying? Because you can forget you can almost eliminate the 5th F, which would be for them to just forget about it. That may happen depending on who it is, but it's like a 1.2% chance that that's going to happen. He's just going to forget about it. Hey, man, I know I owe you such, but, man, I'm telling you, man, this ain't, I can't get it. Forget about it. The joker must be going home the next day, you know. Other than that, man, y'all talk to me in the comments. I talk back. Big love, TBP Nation. Stand up, man. Y'all be safe, be smart, make good decisions, man. Let's get to 150K, man, so we can do this thing, man. Shout out to all my subscribers, man. Shout out to all my members, man. New membership videos on deck tomorrow, man. You know what it is, man. Lock in, tell a friend. We out here. Peace.
The banky special.
Yeah.
Pure delicious.
Pure deliciousness, man.
My name is Banky, man. Everybody calls me Banky. That's the name that I got from my grandmother when I was young.
I'm coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts.